mentally noting that according to the plot of the novel, he was not pure but naive and that it was very easy. Looking at the man, the main character asked what would happen to him while the punishment was in effect. Raphael replied that he had lost his angel powers and would not be able to return to heaven. Taking out his phone, he said that thanks to it, he was able to at least maintain contact. But Lloyd asked if it was a smartphone, but he replied that it was not a smartphone. The guy said that it made no difference. He half closed his tired eyelids and asked if he would try to take down the pearl again. How would his punishment end? The blonde man lowered his head and said that it was the decision of heaven, and it must be carried out eventually, because it was inevitable for the maintenance of order on earth and in heaven. Looking at him, the brown-haired man asked if it was really all for the sake of peace. He asked if it was violence, noting that they were forcing people to follow their decisions, guided by the fact that the pathetic people of the rowing world knew nothing. The man's eyes widened. The protagonist crossed his arms, saying that it must be that before he simply carried out his official duties like a sword, because it was right, and such was the will of heaven. He asked what people of his position thought, though. Lloyd asked him if he had ever heard of it in small terms and if he had changed his mind. Raphael lowered his eyes when asked if it was true what he had said, that the heavens were burdened with the burdens of the earthly world. The guy asked what about those people who had accumulated a lot of grievances because of the decisions of the heavenly court. The blonde became sad. Bowing his head, he said that his interlocutor was right because he had never heard what people said. The brown-haired man smiled and asked why he didn't stay here and learn more about the earthly world. The man immediately smiled and asked if that was okay and if he wouldn't cause any inconvenience. The protagonist replied that he might feel pressure, noting that he hadn't been very attentive. He took out a stack of papers. Smiling darkly, Lloyd said that if he signed this contract and did him a few favors, he would gladly let him stay. With a wide smile, Raphael began to sign the contract. A gloomy guy loomed over him, thinking that this would solve several issues at once. With a sly smile, he mentally noted that with its help he would be able to take the Queen's Eyes of Summer.